Moderna, and if I had my choice between Pfizer on this list or Moderna, it would be Pfizer. Anyone know any drugs that Moderna has successfully developed? Anyone? What the f*** are they doing over there? Look, if you want a vaccine play, in my opinion, it's Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and Johnson & Johnson. What's going on, everybody? It's that time again to go over the top 10 stocks people bought on Robinhood. And I gotta say, I'm so proud of you guys, but y'all out there still buying some dumb too. So take a seat, hit that like button, and let's get into it. All right, coming in at number 10 is SPAQ, and this one I'm okay with as a SPAQ play. At the start of the July, only 360 Robinhood investors were in SPAQ, and at the end of the month, there were over 60,000 additional investors who are still holding on to this one as of today. Spartan Energy Acquisition is a SPAQ, or a special acquisition company, that is specifically designed for reverse mergers. Reverse mergers occur when a private company seeks to go public but doesn't want to deal with the cost and red tape of a traditional IPO, and it's easier, it's faster, and it's cheaper. So who's merging into SPAQ? None other than Fisker. Yes, that one. Some of you may remember the super sexy Fisker Karma that came out right around the same time as Tesla's original Roadster did. One of these companies went on to be prosperous, and one of them went bankrupt. Pretty obvious as to which one falls where here, but Fisker looks to be ready to play ball this time, and while speculative in nature as all of these EV plays are, experience matters, and this is where I think Henrik Fisker has the upper hand. Fisker has built a luxury electric SUV called the Ocean, which it aims to have in production by the end of 2022, using technology from a major automaker, which is rumored to be that of a Volkswagen. Recently, though, SPAQ has had a pretty big pullback, dropping from their $16 highs all the way down to the low $11 range as of this recording due to the delayed deal with Volkswagen. This could be a good opportunity to take some risk if you can afford it, in my opinion, because if this deal goes through with Volkswagen, it could be huge for the company, and the EV hype machine would be all over this. In total, the company has accepted reservations and deposits, which is important, deposits for 7,062 Ocean SUVs from customers in more than 30 countries, which could be a big jumpstart for the company, and this is why this is a front runner for me in the speculative EV space. So good job, Robinhood peeps. Not a bad start at all. Coming in at number 9 is Netflix. All right, guys, I hear you. You guys are doing good with this one. Finally starting to seem like you all are seeing the light and not going after every bullshit penny stock you see on Reddit. Great job. I'm down with this. An additional 77,000 of you poured into this one over the last 30 days, and it makes sense here, right? Earnings for the second quarter came out this month, and they are still absolutely killing it. I do have some concerns about Netflix as the Rona rages on here, though, and that's creating new content. Filming for just about anything has been put on hold across the industry. So when are we going to see the next season of Ozark, Peaky Blinders, or The Last Kingdom? I need to see Utrecht kick everybody's ass and get back together with Ethelfled and her magnificent boobs and take over Bebbanburg once and for all. Damn it. Don't you at me, people. Leave me some comments down below to see which seasons you are anticipating coming up as well. Look, I do like Netflix as a hold here over these concerns, and not sure I'll be buying it all the way up here at $498 as of this recording, and I think we do see this correct a little bit, but if you got in on the dip after that earnings call, I think you're in great shape to hold this. Next at number 8, we have here, for fuck's sake, it's NIO. Look, this company is absolute dog shit. I said it was shit when it was all the way up at $16 a share, and then it came crashing down to $10. I'll admit that today it's moving okay, up around $13 so far, but this company has some stupid volume for the last 2 weeks straight, and it actually had more share volume than anything else in the stock market for those 2 weeks, and it wasn't even close. So why didn't it move like it? 2 words: convertible debt. Shares are constantly getting dumped into this thing as you are buying it up, and if you don't know how convertible debt works, then you are probably none the wiser. Unaudited financials, a Chinese car company, which I'm sure will be about as reliable as a cheesecloth condom, and an insurmountable amount of convertible debt. What could go wrong here? Moving on to number 7 is Pfizer, and this one's okay. I know why you're buying it, and I get it. Their advances in finding a Rona vaccine have been impressive, and their collaboration with BioNTech to help speed things up are quite compelling. They have a fighting chance here to win the race to a vaccine, and not only that, but the means in which to distribute to a mass amount of people, claiming they can make up to 1 billion doses by the end of 2021. Super impressive stuff. The only caveat I have here is that if somebody beats them to the vaccine, then it could spell trouble. Since the beginning, I've always quoted the great Ricky Bobby in stating that if you're not first, you're last, and I think that this still holds true. So be careful here. All right, up here at number 6, a whopping 94,000 additional Robinhood investors poured into Kodak. What a piece of stock this is. By now, unless you live under a rock, you should know the story here. And that is that the government has loaned $750 million to Kodak to make generic drugs, including hydroxychloroquine, which has been a highly controversial drug, as some claim it does indeed work to cure the Rona. However, the FDA has adamantly stated that it does not. Setting all that aside, Kodak is still a company that will likely somehow figure out how to squander $750 million like they've squandered everything else. Hey, you mean how they were a camera company and they were on the Dow, couldn't figure out how to go digital and almost went bankrupt? You mean that Kodak? Yeah, actually that's the one. Yeah. And then they got into cryptocurrency once and then kind of screwed everybody over with that. Yeah, man, almost forgot about that one. Whew, man. That was a disaster. And how they still, kind of have a camera as a logo, but, they're kind of a drug company now. Yeah, what's up with that anyway? I don't know. Kind of seems legit to me. Think I might buy it. What? Well, anyway, moving on to number 5 is Moderna. And if I had my choice between Pfizer on this list or Moderna, it would be Pfizer. Anyone know any drugs that Moderna has successfully developed? Anyone? Anyone happen to catch that 80% of their trial subjects had some pretty alarming side effects? Anyone? Okay, all right. Well, never mind about that. But how about the $34 million worth of shares their CFO dumped into the news that he didn't know was coming? Oh, yeah, and that additional $1.4 billion offering they issued on top of all the money they took from the government? Don't even worry about that. What the are they doing over there? Look, if you want a vaccine play, in my opinion, it's Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and Johnson & Johnson. At least they are legitimate companies that aren't solely reliant on the vaccine to keep their company afloat. Moderna is, which is super scary in my opinion, and they got a lot of shady going on. All right, number 4 is Amazon, and this is amazing. You guys, props to you on this one. Absolutely incredible. This is really good. Everyone likes to crap on Robinhood users because they all have small accounts and they only chase penny stocks. And I will admit, there's quite a history of that happening. But this is incredible. Over 107,000 of you hopped into Amazon last month, and over 412,000 of you still own it. That's pretty damn amazing for investors who have small accounts. According to the Consensus Bureau, only 20% of shopping is still done online, and Amazon still has grown like this. Grocery sales have tripled for them, and Amazon sees $4,000 this year. Buy it, hold it, keep adding to it, thank me later. Now, before we get into the last 3 on this list, I would just like to invite you to hit that join button next to subscribe. This will take you to the Chaos Crew channel membership, where you get a daily watch list from yours truly, get some sweet badges, and even a private weekly live stream where I answer all of your questions. If that's something that interests you and you would like to help support this channel, I would love to see you there. All right, number 3 is Microsoft. Man, what has gotten into you guys? Did you guys all learn your lessons with Hertz, Nikola, and Genius and decide to get yourself in some legitimate companies? I'm absolutely loving this list, guys. Seriously, absolutely loving it. Microsoft pulled back on some pretty stellar earnings this month and is now currently in talks with potentially acquiring TikTok. This will be huge for both companies if they somehow worked out a deal. Nevertheless, Microsoft is still a buy, deal or no deal. Record PC sales this year, and their cloud computing revenue made up for 40% of total revenue last quarter, and Teams is in even more demand for remote workers. I love this one and will consider this a hold for, well, ever. Coming in at number 2 is Apple. As of this recording, Apple is trading at $436 a share, and this is yet another one I am so proud of you for buying and holding on to. Incredible earnings this quarter, and over 139,000 of additional Robinhood investors piled into Apple, bringing the grand total to over 634,000 of you still sitting in Apple. Thank God. I think this is fantastic. Getting into this one before the split makes a ton of sense. I called this hitting $450 this year, and I think we see that this month. The only time that Apple did not run into a forward split was during the dot-com bubble. And despite what some analysts may think, this doesn't even compare to the dot-com bubble at all. These are legitimate companies with legitimate growth. Apple is a buy anytime and hold forever, in my opinion. And now, finally coming in at number 1, all the way from number 10 last month, is Tesla. Can you believe this? Guys, I'm super impressed with you all this month. The top 4 companies that Robinhood investors poured into are not pump and dump companies, but legitimate ones. And you all are making a killing instead of having the stock kill you. This is amazing. Over 200,000 of you piled into Tesla this month, and over 500,000 are still in it. Tesla is going to be a company of our lifetime, people. July was the first month that it stayed over $1,000 a share and damn near got to $2. Look, this is incredible, and I don't need to tell you how amazing Tesla is and will continue to be, but what I will say is this. These top 4 companies that you bought into are stocks that not only survived one of the worst economic contractions the world has ever seen, but thrived in them, which shows they are just unstoppable, unkillable, and deserve higher valuations, period. Especially Tesla, which, as we know, isn't just a car company, but for them to beat on sales in the second quarter is just simply mind-blowing. Let me know what you think about this list in the comments below, though. Are you yourself in any of these, and why did you decide to hop into them? By the way, if you're looking for more content and would like some helpful tips on how to get started as a beginner investor, click this short playlist here, and it really will help you on your journey to find good quality stocks to trade. Also, if you happen to miss last night's Stock Watch Sunday and get my top stocks for this week, click this video here. Please like and subscribe, and as always, folks, I will see you all before the bell, and B. Smith is out.